So the news broke and the unthinkable happened. Biden pulled out.
It's true, he did, man. Biden definitely pulled out, and just in the nick of time.
It's a new behavior for him.
Yeah, it's not been his historical behavior, but it's his behavior now. So
he pulled out of the race, guys.
Right, everybody's sick. What, you gross people out there?
Oh my God.
That's people's
Perverts.
minds are. Yeah, it's just not. It's wrong, morally wrong.
So you had said that if Biden and Trump are the candidates, you talked about that, like forcing me to choose between drinking a glass of urine or eating a shit sandwich. You had said that you're going to drive to Canada on election day just to not vote. Okay. Biden's no longer one of the options. How do you feel now?
Very slightly less cynical than before, because I just don't have great confidence that the Democratic Party is going to field a candidate that is exciting and that maybe is a little risky, or maybe has something to really contribute. Yeah, I'm not that excited about presidential politics, and I haven't been for probably eight years, given what the status of the candidates. And so I don't have a lot of confidence in what the Democratic Party is going to put out there. We'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised.
What's kind of your mood about the Democratic Party right now? Do you have any faith in them?
No, I don't, because like going back to like the previous two elections, they put Biden in 2020 and he won, which was not a gargantuan feat, but he did win. And so great. But I was like, it seemed like there were other better candidates available, and man, he locked it down. And then in 2016, I think that, man, it was a mistake to put Hillary Clinton there against Donald Trump, maybe against another Republican candidate, but against Donald Trump, I feel like that was a mistake. That they had other better candidates at the time, like Bernie Sanders, I think was a better candidate. And I was of the opinion, listen, I'm not like a straight ticket Democrat guy, but I was of the opinion, we got to have anything but Donald Trump. He's just a disgusting person. I can't stand the sight of him. And so that didn't happen. And it was like, are you guys trying to lose elections? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Began to think conspiratorially that they're trying to lose elections. So my mood is less than positive, Joel.
Yeah, I can remember going back to like a Jon Stewart back in the day when he was doing news, and he set a group down. Jon Stewart, generally pretty progressive, but I love that he was willing to make fun of also Democrats. He went to the Democratic National Convention. This would have been like 15 years ago. I can't remember which election cycle it was, but he went down there and basically prompted people, all the people at these conventions, like, hey, this is the open party, welcoming to everyone, right? And got them kind of going, and then immediately started questioning them about like people who own guns and people, whatever their version of the enemy was. And immediately they started just kind of like lambasting and just pure bigotry coming out of them. And it was just so interesting to see the blind spots of this party. And so I'm just curious, like, why do you think there is this party that like leans towards bureaucracy, leans towards these like old kind of like players? I mean, Biden's older than Clinton, and they were looking at putting him in. So, I mean, I don't even think if Biden had so poorly shown up in the debate that we'd be having this conversation. Do you?
No, I think you're dead right. I think that was the kicker. I mean, that was the signal for the end, for sure.
What would it take to have a new imagination for the Democratic Party?
Geez, that's a $1 million question. That's $1 million question. Yeah, I mean, that's the same organizational stubbornness and obduracy that so many institutions go through. And we're comfortable with who we are. We know who we know. We've got the royalty in place, and we're not going to let new talent in. So if that's your attitude, then how are you going to get new exciting talent in there that can do things?
It's such a gross system. So what's your plan now? As of now, what is your plan moving forward?
Joel, I'm going to do something that I would advocate for people, and it's not just an unthinking or lazy thing to do. Is I'm going to vote for probably all other issues and candidacies, but I'm not probably if they don't field a candidate that I'm excited about, that's just more of the same. I'm probably just not going to vote for a presidential candidate at all. And I would tell everybody who feels the same way to do the same thing, because if people could say, "Oh, well, try to imagine everyone did the same thing that you did." Well, imagine if everyone did the same thing that I did. And on election, like the morning after, on Wednesday, November, whatever it's going to be this year, we wake up and hear, "Oh, Trump has won Ohio by a narrow margin, 3,001 votes to 2,090 and 2,980." It's like, oh, geez, 6,000 people voted for president in Ohio. Yeah. What is going on? Maybe it's because people do not give a shit and they realize it's a total joke. Yeah. That we can't get better candidates. It's so sad.
Yeah. A government for the government, not for the people.
No, exactly. Yeah.